My name is Micah Wonnell. I am here to talk about my 2025 water-only year. Okay, what we're doing, I'd say as a team, I work with a couple different people, is I'm drinking only water this year. No milk, no juice, no soda, nothing. To raise awareness in myself, but also in the community, just only drink water. And when I do that, I tell people about it as much as I can, and we raise donations, and all the donations, every single dollar of those funds are gonna go directly to the Omo Valley for water support, whether that be water jugs, a well, possibly, all sorts of stuff. It's gonna go direct funds to there. So I do that myself. It really is really a blessing for me, and I get to share that with the community and hopefully raise some good money for the people in Ethiopia. I started this out because my dad did this back in 2013, and it's been an inspiration to me to see how he pursued through this and how he raised money for a good cause and how he sacrificed for a year and just the outcome of that. I decided to do this back in December, and I talked to a lot of people. I figured out what are the realistic aspects of this challenge, and we figured it out. I got to talk to Eric from Up Global and create a link where I could receive donations for a water year. I decided to direct all funds that I raised this year to a place in Ethiopia called the Omo Valley. Back in 2024, me and a couple of members of my family got to go to Ethiopia on a mission trip. When we went there, we stayed in a town called Kafr, which is in the Omo Valley, which while we were on our trip, about a week and a half, we went to various churches, meetings, we met with different people. It was a time where we got to meet with the community and see the Ethiopian lifestyle. When we were there, we saw a lot of water usage and not clean water usage and water problems that needed to be solved. Obviously, I know I can't solve all of them by a water year, but I figured out I had a desire to help the people in Ethiopia, and I didn't know exactly how. And then I heard about my dad's water year. I considered the idea, and I figured, let's do this. Let's see what we can do. You might wonder why I'm really doing this. Well, there's a couple different things. First, when you take a mission trip, you're always going to be impacted. Whether that's spiritually, physically, you're going to see something that's going to make you want to change, hopefully for the better. When I was in Ethiopia, I saw a lot of people struggling with the water usage. And by that I mean not all the water is clean. Specifically, when we would drive to towns like Jinka or other towns to meet with people, we would see people lining across the street just walking. They would have these yellow tubs in their hands, and that's how they would get water. There was a well in a couple different places, but there wasn't a well at every house. Here, I can just walk to the sink and get a cup of water. That's not how it was. You would see people walking, especially women and children, but not always men, but they would all be carrying the same yellow tubs. When I saw that, I realized just more and more over time, it kept building that there was a need for water. There's so many needs in Ethiopia. There's so many needs in America, but specifically, I saw the water need in the Omo Valley, and I wanted to help it. I wanted to dive deep into the aspect of self-sacrifice and figure out what it was to feel that emotion and do that action to bless others. Jesus died on the cross for all of us, and a water year is not even close to the amazing sacrifice he's done for all of us, but it gets me in that mindset. Every day I drink water. Every day there's an opportunity to not drink water, and that gets me in my thoughts of, I'm sacrificing this so I can bless someone else. Jesus did that for us, and I want to help myself daily get into a rhythm of thinking, wow, Jesus really blessed us with this. So I started, January was our test month. We started figuring out how we were going to do this, how we were going to tell people about it. And since then, it's been growing and it's been amazing. It's been such a blessing to me. I figured out that the sacrifice does matter, but it's so beneficial. For me, I've found as the drinks and the thoughts about that decrease in my life as I sacrifice it, my intentionality and this love for the sacrifice increases. And it helps, it fills me with joy, and it gives me a blessing that I'm very grateful for. There's a couple different things you could do. First, Personally, the biggest one is pray for it. Prayer does work, and it's so appreciated. When you pray for a project, it's really helpful to be encouraged by that. It works. God hears our prayers, and He's working in amazing ways. So pray for the water year. Pray for the people in Ethiopia. They appreciate it. They know you're praying for them, and they love it. The second would be, if you feel led by God to donate, please donate. I have a QR code and a PayPal link that sends the funds directly to Up Global, and at the end of the year, our sum total will be sent to Ethiopia for the water efforts in the Omo Valley.